gosh, it's telling me it's live, and then I'm like, oh, are we? It suddenly happened. It went countdown before I was even ready. So that threw me a bit. Hello, hello, and welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my page. And welcome to my live today. It's been a long time since I've done this. I was very busy with this. So I'm just trying to sort out and put it into sharing to Therapist on Business group as well. I'd like it to go in there today, live today. And what I wanted just to chat about was, it's been ages since I've been in here in the page, because I was so busy with it all last year, through lockdowns, etc., supporting the therapists, that I sort of like lost myself a little bit. So I sort of came off, so I had to hide a little bit, come off Facebook, well, come off from doing live, and sort of like regather myself. But I wanted to pop in and chat with you today, because it's been a while since I've been on live. I wanted to come in and chat to you about imposter syndrome. This has sort of literally been my theme this week, where I posted about it on Monday onto the page, and since then it's been shared by a few people, not only me, but by other therapists, and it's resonated with quite a few people. So I thought that I would, just do a little bit of a chat about it today. And just to say that it's totally normal. A couple of people were surprised that I was getting it, and that that I can struggle with it time to time. And it's imposter syndrome is just, it's a real shocker when it happens. You think you've got all your eggs in the basket. You think that you are floating along or flying along or whatever it is you are on your path, and that you're in control and you've got it sorted, and then something can happen, just knocks you off your course. And this has happened to me quite a few times through the years. And it's always, when I do get it, I sort of then tend to beat myself up because I'm getting it, because I'm struggling with it. Whether it's because, again, and it's something I read last week when I was going through mine that had a good, profound effect on me, was that going through imposter syndrome is only just teaching you another lesson, that you're ready to go through something else, you're ready to hit a next level, or you're ready to learn something new, to find something new, or a new path, or something's going to happen. So I was very interested in while I was going through it last week, then reading this piece about it, about that it's time, when this happens, you are learning a new lesson, what my lesson would be at the end of the week. But I just want to sort of chat with you and find out, how do you, how are you with imposter syndrome? How does it make you feel? For me, the mind monkey really plays nasty little tricks. It really beats me up. It really gives me that self-doubt. I'm not good enough. Everyone else is better than me. Everybody else is creating better social media images than me. Everybody else has got a better website than me. Everybody else can write better blogs or can promote themselves better than me. And it just goes on and on and on. And as I said, I just keep beating myself up. And comparing myself to other people. Again, that's really bad. I went through as a therapist. And then as the years of experience went on, it stopped bothering me. It didn't bother me anymore. I knew my clients, I knew my work. I was fine with it. 8 years on as a mentor, I thought I'd pretty much dealt with that, being authentic self and being happy in my way. But I suppose because marketing keeps changing all the time and having to keep up to date with marketing, that it just really pulls on me, that it just sort of grabs me when something will stand out, whether it's a fab social media post or whether it's a fab newsletter that's come in, and it's sort of like, it eats at me then. It's like those two things. You've got an angel on one side and a devil on the other. That's, you know, as I said, it's talking to you all the time. So when I go through those, I really struggle. Like I said, I can beat myself up. I can be my own worst enemy, and it can really drag me down. So I found ways to work through it. I know that this is going to happen, and it's going to happen again, and it's going to keep happening. But I have things now that I can put in place, or I have things in place that help me through it. So I journal it. I might, I'll open exactly how I'm feeling, or if I'm angry, or why, or if it's some person that's triggered it, I will write down, or what my feelings are and why, because it always comes back to me, and whether it's something that I'm not doing, or I'm not thinking about, or I'm missing on, that normally triggers these reactions. For me, it could be totally different for you, but these are the things that trigger me. So I journal it. Journal it lots, and I take myself off away. Can either be off out for a walk locally, it can be getting in the car and going off somewhere, completely different change of scenery. Can help. I mean, why it happens to me more at the moment is because I haven't been away at all, obviously, with lockdown and everything else. I haven't been able to get away and do my business retreats and stuff. I've made them much smaller at home, but it's never quite the same as going out. So I haven't been to Wales, which I normally do, and have a good business retreat and brainstorm there. But this time I just took myself away, went out for a long walk, just moved away from it, just did other creative things, just switched off from work completely. And of course, when I switch off from work, that's when work ideas come in. And so I took a day or two last week, instead of coming out and thinking, oh yes, I got this idea, that idea, and buzzing around in my head. I actually sat down, brainstormed it. I actually sat down and put it all on Trello. I actually created a board and put all the ideas down. I broke the ideas down. Everything that was there in my head, and I must do this, I must do that. I actually listed it. Where I've always said before to brain dump, brainstorm. This time I put it more into a bit more organisation and put it all down in Trello. And that was the first bit. As soon as I sort of done that, it's like a whole new energy came in me then. This was my lesson. This is where my lesson of stepping up to the next level, being more visible, asking, selling, telling people what they can have, what they can buy, not hiding behind, but instead of just talking about and helping therapists, it was also about the part there that I can do more, working with other people, colleges, schools, etc. So it was just stepping out where I'd always put in my vision and my mission what I could do, never actually followed up on it. So that energy changed. Ideas got brainstormed, got brain dumped, got organised, all the ideas out of my head. And the whole energy around me changed. So that by then, time Monday come in, I tackled another one that has been sat there waiting on my to-do list for years, which was having a complete strategy for social media. And I've been doing it, working with it gently over, again, a couple of years. Some things which I know are not good were ad hoc posts, and some things were within some, a form of strategy. But this time I really broke it down, and I've worked on it for about 2 days. Again, for me, because I'm happy with Facebook, I have Facebook sorted. It was Instagram. So it was breaking it down, and that's what the mind map was for. I'd spent a couple of hours, 2 hours, brainstorming the mind map, then creating Excel spreadsheets, creating Trello boxes, Trello boards, to be able to put my post ideas down, so that now I've got post ideas that are there that I can use and reuse for 2 months. Where instead of sitting at the computer going, oh, what am I going to do now? I've got post ideas for the next 2 months, and that will keep growing. And I needed to sit and work at it and create this strategy. But not only that, organising it. So I said I have got it in folders, I've got it in an Excel spreadsheet, I've got it on Trello. So it's much easier now for me to be able to go and look and work on that. And that's fired me up again. It's a fresh energy again. That even last night I then finally had to go and done my first reel on Instagram. Scarier actually than doing a Facebook Live. A lot scarier. But yeah, I done my first reel yesterday, and within an hour I got over 500 views, which is fabulous for me for just starting. For somebody that didn't like the idea of doing that. So when you're going through imposter syndrome, what is it you need to do? Because for me, it's journaling. Find out what's going on in your head. What is it that's causing your imposter syndrome? What is it that's upsetting you? Is it that you maybe need to do social media clean? That's again, I do. People that I'd been following for years, their path had changed that didn't align with mine anymore. So instead of hanging on because I've liked their posts for the last so many years, I unliked, I moved away. It was things like that were pulling me down. And it's just time for that refresh. So have a think about it. When you're going through imposter syndrome, why is it? Why are you being affected at that time? Is it because of you're following somebody on social media? Is the whole conglomerate of social media? Is it because of some local competition in your area that you feel is doing better than you? You know, again, I'm only sharing this now because, again, somebody could say to me, but Ali, they're not you. I know they're not me. And, I know that, and the best will in the world, I can tell myself they're not me. It doesn't matter. I still have to sit down and work this out and find out why I'm struggling with imposter syndrome and comparitis. And it's not just a case of, oh, well, I'll come off social media for a while or I'll stop following them. I need to find out why I get that. What is my issue? And as I said, for me, it was time to refresh the energy around me and to, go up the next level, which was getting my head around Instagram more, doing my new, doing a reel and creating other things. And it just then creates so much more. So have a think about it. When you're feeling, again, like everything, everyone in the industry is better than you, when you feel that things aren't going right, that's totally normal. Doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. It's totally normal. Remember that we're human. We all can't just work autonomously, that we all can't just keep working day in, day out without feeling anything, because we are human. So acknowledge that, accept that, but then sit and work out and try and find out why you are getting the imposter syndrome, what it is that's beating you up, what it is that's making you feel like it is, and see if you can work through it. And as I said, for me, it was journaling and then getting out, away from everything, just out somewhere different, out in the fresh air, not even locally, away from my area. And as I'd emptied everything, then the whole eureka moment, the whole thing that came together for me then really helped, and I was able to move on. And now this week is just like a fresh new energy, a fresh new motivation. I'm back to being Tigger again, where I'm bouncing around with my enthusiasm, wanting to try out different things. So give it a try. See what helps you get through imposter syndrome. But if you're struggling with it, don't worry about it. It's totally normal. We'll go through this many more times, I'm sure, as we work in business. But just work through it, because it's trying to show you something. It's trying to tell you something. It's like another lesson to learn in being part of a holisticpreneur. So for now, take care, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.